Nigeria. I was just in Lagos, Nigeria, just a couple days ago. Dubai is in the house. Antigua. Wow, wow. Louisiana, Alabama. Too many names, too many countries. Puerto Rico. Is this chat is going crazy, guys? We're right there at 1,000 people. We need to have a couple thousand people on this seven-figure mentorship call. So you don't want to be wasting time. You want to send out a text message. Let everyone know that they need to be on this call, not now, but right now. My name is Gary Mcsween, and I am one of the top leaders and earners and traders with this incredible company, iMarkets Live. Guys, so much is happening right now. So much pivotal things are happening. This company is rocking and rolling right now. Guys, we just got word that the very first quarter, I believe it's official, but it's unofficial. But the word on the street is iMarkets Live. In the very first quarter, guys, we have brought in over 30,000 brand new customers to the company. If you think that that is absolutely powerful, I want you to put some fire emojis in the chat. Over 30,000 brand new customers in the very first quarter here in iMarkets Live. Guys, that is absolutely incredible. We have been breaking chairmans after chairman after chairman, chairman 25, chairman 50, chairman 100, chairman 250. Guys, we are rocking and rolling. We could not have had a better start to 2019. So, guys, I don't want to take a lot of time because we have some incredible training for you guys tonight. But my job is to let you know. Okay, let me see 1 second here. Beautiful. My job tonight is to let you know, hey, listen, this coming weekend, we're talking about Friday and Saturday, guys. We have a huge event coming up in Houston, Texas. If you know the event that's coming up this weekend in Houston, Texas, let me know in the chat. What is the name of the event? What's the name of the event? Let me see who's paying attention. Take flight, guys. God, I'm telling you right now, this is about to be absolutely incredible. Guys, this event called Take Flight, you do not want to miss this event, guys. All right, you do not want to miss this event. It's called Take Flight. If you don't have your tickets right now, you want to go to www.imltakeflight.com and you want to get your tickets. Let me tell you this, it is going to be absolutely insane if you are in the United States of America and you're not coming to this event. Our very first event for the year, that was the kickoff. But this is the in-between event before the main event, which is I Am. That's all the way in September. So you want to leverage this event. Guys, let me tell you this. The secret to building a large business, the secret to taking a lot of people along with you is to make sure that you are building the business from event to event. Wherever the top earners are, we're talking about the CEO of the company, Christopher Terry. He's going to be in the house. We have Alex Morton, the executive vice president. He's going to be in the house. We're talking about Jason Brown, vice president of field operations. He's going to be in the house. We're talking about vice president of field development. We're talking about Ivan Tapia. He's going to be in the house. We're talking about all the corporate execs, the COO and the CMO. They are going to be in the house. All the top traders. Guys, it's going to be IML Academy night on Friday, and on Saturday is the main event. You do not want to miss this event. Matter of fact, I have a couple friends who are on the call with me. And Boss Grant, are you on the call, brother? I want you to unmute yourself and let the people know if you're on the call, Boss. You should be on the back line. Let the people know why they should be at this event coming up this weekend. Boss Grant, are you on the call, sir?
I am on the line, brother. Can you hear me?
I can hear you loud and clear, brother. Let the people know why they need to be at this event this coming weekend.
Absolutely, absolutely. Well, I'm super excited once again for everybody who's out there. And me and you definitely know that what events do and how events build business, how they build belief. And you want to make sure no matter what's happening, There was an old saying we would taught Gary that if you actually have your own funeral plan, you need to kind of rearrange and make other arrangements because it's just that important. And we know what events do, how they build the excitement, and sometimes people need to see and hear it from another story. You can only do so much in your market, but they definitely need to make sure that they have not made plans. You want to start making plans right now. You want to be in the spirit there now, and then the body gets there on Friday and Saturday. We're already there. We don't miss events, Gary. Meetings and events is where it's all at. If there's an event that we qualify for, we are there 100%. So if you're on this line right now, if you got brand new people who've gotten started, you want to make plans because that is really what it's all about, building for events and then building for the next major event. But the next event right now is for us to take flight all the way to 1 million customers, Mr. Mcsween.
Wow, wow, wow. Thank you so much, brother, man. I'm excited. Your group has some amazing stuff right now going on in your organization. I want to switch some gears because we have some other chairmen that are on this call, and they all understand the power of events. All right, they all understand the power of events. So I want to switch gears. I want to bring on a chairman 50, none other than Angela Cruikshank. Angela, are you on the back line? Let the people know why they need to be at this Take Flight event, because you know better than anyone else the importance of events. So, Angela, share with the folks why they need to be there.
Absolutely, Mr. Gary Mcsween. Can you hear me?
Yes, ma'am. Loud and clear.
Well, events is non-negotiable. Let's just put it like that. If you're serious about truly getting to the next level, events is absolutely where it's going to happen. It's not an option. It's not a maybe. It's not I wish I can. It's a I got to make it there. And I can tell you this. Whatever the reason is at this point that you've said that you cannot make it to the event is exactly why you need to make it to the event. I can remember from my husband and I, having the same stories that we hear today. We don't have the finances, we don't have the babysitter, our job won't allow us to go. And we've always been able to push through that barrier. And on the other side of that barrier, getting to that event, to that convention, everybody calls it a convention, but really what it was a conviction. Because once we got in there, we recognized that our spirit, man, ourselves were saying, listen, this is something that we need to do, not just for us, but for the people that are depending on us. So you got to make a decision tonight that, you know what? The reason that it's telling me I can't go is the very reason why I need to go. Because if it's money, you need to be around multimillionaires. If it's time, you need to be around people who have time freedom. If it's the children, you need to be around families where they can take their children whenever they go, wherever they go, and bring a nanny with them. And you're only going to get that by getting in the environment of people who are already doing that. And I say it all the time. I don't care how wet a log you are, how dull you are right now. If you get around fire, which is exactly what's going to be there, you're going to catch on fire. So, guys, do not miss this event. I already know. I see what's about to take place. The energy is already so hot already all around the country. So you absolutely want to make it to that event.
Wow, 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 wow. Thank you so much, Angela. You guys heard it from one of the best female leaders, power couple, Angela Cruikshank and Jeff Cruikshank out there in Fort Lauderdale. Right? Chairman 50 is going Chairman 100. Guys, look, none other, we have some other leaders on here as well because we want to let you know the importance. And there is a clue. Here's the clue. If all the top leaders are there, then you need to be there, right? And many, many times, some individuals say, you know what, well, it's just David Imonitie, it's just Alex Morton, it's just Christopher Terry. I don't need to be there. I see them on Zoom all the time, so I don't need to be there. Let me tell you something. That is the most, the word that just came to my mind. I can't see that on the call, but that thought process is absolutely wrong. That is the thought process of someone that does not understand that wherever the big money earners are, that's where I need to be. I need to be in that environment for as long as possible. The current environment that you're in is not fostering you becoming a multimillionaire. So you need to make sure that you are continuously, it's not a one-off deal. continuously that you are in the vicinity, you are in the environment where you can actually grow. Many times I tell people, you cannot go back home and explain to someone, what the event did for you. Some things are better caught than taught. Does it make sense? So you have to be in the environments to catch some of the intangible things. I can tell you guys this. Every time I made a big decision, it happened at a major event of this level. Matter of fact, it's an event of this nature that kept me in the game. If it wasn't for an event of this nature, Gary Mcsween wouldn't be who he is today. And I can tell you guys that without a shadow of a doubt. I'm very grateful. I want to bring my brother on board. He's at Chairman 25, going Chairman 50. None other than Justin Owens. Hey, my brother Justin, are you on the back line with us? Let the folks know, because you're starting to master this events system here. And let the folks know, hey, why they need to be at the Take Flight event.
Yeah, absolutely. I'm here, Gary. Can you hear me okay?
Yes, sir.
Awesome, man. First of all, I want to say, man, thank you to you and many of the other chairmen that were here, before us and really paved the way. Of course, Mr. David Imonitie, Mr. Christopher Terry, and the whole corporate team. Because when you guys really understand, what's really happening here, I know for me, I understood that I needed the events until the events needed me. And I think many of you all, sometimes you think about, well, I've been to an event before. I've heard some of this stuff before, and it's not true. A lot of times I look at people, they're like, well, I went to the last event. But guys, that doesn't matter. You've got to stay focused on your goals. And what happens, Gary, sometimes is I've seen people that they start listening to people that aren't in the positions they want to be. It's funny to me, Gary, that sometimes in the business, we'll tell people, hey, you can't listen to your friends that aren't in the business, that aren't getting the results that you want, right? But then sometimes what happens, Gary, is that people will listen to people that are in the business that don't have the results they want, and then they wonder why they don't have the results they want. So listen, guys, even inside of the business, there's a separation, in my opinion. You're going to have people that achieve on a high level. And guess what? You're going to have people that do okay. And you're going to have some people that kind of fizzle away. Well, guys, if you want to be on the right side of what we're talking about, you've got to listen to the people that are making the 6 figures. You got to listen to the people that are making 7 figures and 8 figures. That's what you got to pay attention to. And so when I realized that, Gary, I remember Mr. David Imonitie, he sat down with me, he said, Justin, listen, you want to be on your way to chairman, you need to have 30 to 50 people at an event. It wasn't about me just getting to the event, right? Guys, if you're listening, I wanted to get to a point, right, where we're not talking about, are you going to be at the event? It should be a foregone conclusion if you're going to be chairman, right? If you're speaking, I'm so happy and grateful now that I'm chairman. Well, guess what? You should already have your flight booked. You should already be there. Why? Because if you were chairman, you would already do it. Right. So you've got to start acting as if, and you've got to make sure that the things that you're speaking and the things that you're doing are aligning. And when I started understanding, he said, okay, 30 to 50 to be on the way to chairman. He said, Justin, if you want to be a chairman, you got to have 100 people at an event. So guys, guess what? If you want to be a chairman, you got to have 30 to 50 people with you, right? To be on the way. If you want to be chairman, have 100 people at the event, and then you've got to stay focused, right? It's not just about you being at the event. It's about you having your team to the event and then them running with you outside of the event. We just had a couple that promoted after the Go Beyond event. They had a little bit over 125 people in their group at the event, and they went Chairman 10 after the event, Malcolm and Brittany Garrison. So that's just a testament to show you what happened. Hey, listen, if you just run the play, it'll pay you, and it'll pay you very well, man. So look, Gary, I look forward to getting a chance to hang with you and your family there in Houston, Texas, and all the other leaders, man. Appreciate you.
So Justin, before you go, brother, hold on. You said something so powerful. We tell people this all the time. We say, hey, if you come by yourself, you're going to learn a lot. If you come with others, you're going to earn a lot. So you're telling me that this couple, they got the playbook and they decided to listen. And they brought with them 100 plus people, and they know how long after did they go chairman? Was it like less than 90 days they went chairman?
No, absolutely, yeah. It was definitely it was literally a few weeks after that event. They went chairman. It was definitely less than 90 days. I can't say the exact numbers, but I know it was literally shortly after that event. It put them in position to go chairman. So I think about it's funny. I was talking to them, Gary, and they were like, we heard it all the time.
There you go.
It hit us one day. Why don't we just do it? And so last year they came to Vegas. I think it was just them. And then they do the September event in Fort Lauderdale. I think they had like 15 or 20 people in their group, and they really went in all in to getting everybody to go beyond. And what's funny, guys, is once you really get leaders that really understand it, guess what? We didn't have to have the same conversation about Houston. They already understood the power of it. Their leaders already understood the power of it. So I really believe you got to really promote it. But when the right leaders catch on to it, then it really makes your job a lot easier, and you can focus on, obviously getting more people to your group. And hey, look, Gary, to get to your level, right? The number was 500. To get to 7 figures, 500. So that's the goal, right? That's what we're focusing on, and
wow.
Looking forward to everybody getting a chance to hear from you guys.
Wow. Thank you so much, Justin. And many times, we do these trainings, and I understand how the brain works. I've spent a lot of time understanding the mind, and you can hear something over and over and over again. And every time you hear something, because of how your brain is focused at any moment in time, you do not catch everything, or everything doesn't really resonate with you. So that's why you have to hear things over and over and over again in different environments. And all of a sudden, the same thing that you've been hearing over and over and over again, you decided to implement it. And what Justin just mentioned, we say this over and over and over and over and over. And some people might say, well, you know what? I heard it before. Well, if you heard it before and you have not implemented it, you haven't really understood what we were saying all along, right? It's one thing to hear it. It's another thing to listen and implement. And I can tell you guys, there is no secret. Every multiple 6 and 7 figure earner, 8-figure earners within this particular company, hear me out loud and clear. Every single one of us, we have built the business from event to event. If you want to skyrocket your business, and my mentor is coming on to teach you guys the 90-day game plan, I can tell you this. Listen, I promise you, you're going to hear about building your business from event to event. So I'm excited, guys, because trust me, I have been a student of this particular industry for a long time. And it's the same information. I have a notebook. I'm a 7-figure earner, and I still have a notebook, and I take notes. Why? Because I understand that I am a student always, and the same disciplines that I developed to get myself to where I am today is the same disciplines and even greater that will take me to the next level, guys. I have been a student of the game. I still come on to these calls. I still listen to the people that have the results that I want. And I can tell you guys, I'm excited. I'm fired up. This Take Flight event, guys, if you really serious about going chairman, you want to make sure that you are at this particular event. So let me check my phone. Okay, wonderful. I checked my phone, and my mentor, Sir David Imonitie, guys, multiple 8-figure earner. I got the phone call from this gentleman, and because of the grace of God on his life, I got introduced to this company. I'm grateful. This gentleman has the playbook. Listen to me carefully. All I did was listen to exactly what he told me to do, implemented it, and my life has been fruits of his mentorship. So I want to pass over the call to none other than David Imonitie. Sir, are you on the call with us?
Absolutely, Gary. Can you hear me?
I can hear you loud and clear, sir. Take it away.
All right. Let's see if can you transfer the camera over to me? Because I can't turn the camera on.
Sure. Hold on. All right. You are good to go.
All right. Good stuff. Well, super excited to be on the call, Gary. Thank you for actually bringing on some of the leaders to talk about this weekend that's coming up here with the Take Flight. The in September at the IM convention that's going to be happening in Dallas. I believe we have close to 6,000 tickets already sold for that event. It is going to sell out well before the event even takes place. So this is a dress rehearsal that we're having this coming weekend here. It's going to be absolutely amazing. Christopher Terry, our very own CEO, will be in the house. He's pumped up for this weekend as well. So I wanted you to hear from some of the leaders that are coming to this event and why events are so critical to your success and why this event run. I'll tell you from my own personal year, January, February, March was the very first 90-day blitz that we actually put together. The month of April was absolutely amazing. We had a great month, a lot of great new growth that actually took place in the month of April. But that was a month for me to kind of plan, do a review, and kind of see, okay, what did we do right and what can we do better to really set up the next 90-day run. So May, June, July is the next 90-day run, and it's during the summer months. I want to kind of share with you from our thought process how we look at this business. During the summer months, the weather's really nice. People tend to slow down, all right? People, not leaders. Leaders actually ramp it up because they know what they do in the summer really determines what happens in the winter and in the fall. So we're setting this up in the month of May, June, and July. And obviously in the month of August, it's going to be all roads leading to Dallas, Texas for the IM convention. And then guess what, guys? It's going to lead into the next 90-day run of September, October, November, all right? And then it's going to set up the month of December for the 2020 vision. So we're pumped up about what's happening here within IM Markets Live. Companies growing every single day. Challenges are being solved every single day. Change is happening every single day. You got the email earlier this week about the change that we're making as far as our payout solutions that are coming up. And what you want to understand, ladies and gentlemen, is that as you grow as a company, as you grow as an organization, as a team, there are going to be challenges that come up. There's going to be change that comes up. And how you handle those changes and how you handle those challenges really determines if you go to the next level. So as you get your emails about how you can actually make the switch over to either you want to get paid by Bitcoin or you want to get paid by Skrill, or you want to get paid, if you're here in the United States, we will have ACH will be ready probably by the month of July, maybe earlier, but no later than the month of July. So just really give the company the time that it needs to really integrate everybody that's here in the United States into ACH. And obviously, that's a direct deposit into your account. So make sure you make that switch. The emails have already gone out to you on the dates that you need to do it by. I would get it done by the 15th of this month. Go ahead and get it over to Skrill, get your Skrill account open. And the company's still working on other payout solutions as well. All right. So in the next coming weeks, next coming months, we will have new payout options that will be available as well. Okay. So continue to stay focused on what it is that we need to do right now to really help this company get to that million mark, that million customer mark that we're going to get to by the end of 2020. So I wanted to come on this call here tonight, talk about the next 90 days. And this event is really going to set that up. Okay. That's what this event is really all about, to give you the juice, to give you the energy that you need to really go out there and make this thing really, really happen. Now, today on tonight's call, I'm really going to focus on one aspect of the success formula. All right. This is something I train all the time. This is a staple in which I train and how I've really built my business over the last 10 years that I've been involved in this industry of network marketing. Now, here's what you have to do. All right. And I want each and every one of you to do this. I want you to set a goal, May, June, July. I want you to set a goal of where you want to be, okay, of where you're going to be by July 31st. I want you to do that tonight. I want you to set a goal of where you're going to be in the next 90 days, all right? Where am I going to finish off? Where is my organization going to be? How many personal recruits will I have? How many customers that are coming to my business? What will be my rank? What will be the amount of Platinum 1000s that I would have in my organization, or Platinum 150s, or Platinum 600s? Go ahead and plan the future, ladies and gentlemen. Go ahead and plan where it is that you want to be by July 31st. We've got to begin with the end in mind, all right? So that's why I start with the end result. The end result is where are you going to be by the month of July 31st? Now, let me give you another goal that you want to focus on. How many people are you going to have at the IM convention, okay? How many people are you going to have at the IM convention? I can tell you right now, that event is to set up 2020. That's what that event is really going to do. So you want to make sure that you got 10 people there, 30 people there, 100 people there, 500, 1,000, depending on where it is that you are in the business. Make sure that you keep that in the forefront of your mind, understanding that that event right there sets up the 2020 vision that we're actually going into here with iMarketFly. All right. So this is your desire. Whatever that goal is, all right, that's your desire. We're not going to spend too much time on that. I train on that all the time. I'm not going to spend too much time on that tonight. I want to spend some time on the skills. Okay. Because the next 90 days, it's going to be about the work, ladies and gentlemen. All right. It's going to be about the work. What do I need to do to actually build this business? What do I need to do on a daily basis to really go out there and make this thing happen? I want you to write this down. I'm going to really go into specifics when it comes to these 3 skills that you've got to master. There are 3 specific skills that you have to master in order to become successful in this industry. Now, in this book, Think and Grow Rich, all right, in this book, it talks about specialized knowledge, okay? General knowledge, all right, general knowledge versus specialized knowledge. Specialized knowledge is where you are actually great at one specific thing, all right, that you are a master, that you've mastered that particular skill set. You don't make a whole lot of money when you have generalized knowledge, okay? When you have specialized knowledge, that's when you become extremely successful. Henry Ford didn't really have a whole lot of general knowledge, but he had specialized knowledge when it came to the car industry, and that's why he became who it is that he became, all right? So you've got to make that decision as well, that in this industry of networking, I'm going to be great at this specialized knowledge. Now, the 3 skills that you need to focus on over the next 90 days, number 1 is prospecting. Okay, so write this down. Number 2 is presenting. All right. And 3 is promoting for big events. All right. Now, what is the biggest event that you're promoting for right now? It is obviously the IM convention. So over the next 90 days, these are the 3 things that you've really got to focus on. All right. Now, prospecting. I want you to write this down. All right. Write this down. There's 3 things that you have to understand. Number 1, exposure is everything. Exposure is everything. I want you to write that down. I learned that 15 years ago. That's one of the first things that I learned in this industry. Exposure is everything. Over the next 90 days, I want you to set a goal of how many people are you going to expose to this opportunity on a daily basis. Pick a number between 2 to 5 exposures per day. Okay? Pick a number of 2 to 5 exposures every single day. Every single day, I'll say at least five nights a week. If you want to go all out, 7 days a week, right? But at least 5 times a week, set a goal. I'm going to expose at least 2 to 5 new people to my opportunity. Okay? Now, when you're prospecting, all right, prospecting is about contacting, okay, and inviting. Okay? Prospecting is about contacting and inviting. When I contact someone, when I make contact with a person, when I expose the business to them, all right, and then I'm inviting them to actually look at the information, all right, contacting and then inviting for them to look at the information. You've got to make a decision that I'm going to do this process. I'm going to contact and I'm going to invite 2 to 5 people per day over the next 90 days. 5 days a week, this is what I'm going to do. All right? This is what I'm going to do. 2 to 5 exposures every single day to where I'm going to be contacting and I'm going to be inviting for them to look at the information. All right? Now, when you're contacting people, you're going to be contacting people in 3 different markets. There's 3 different markets that you're going to be building in. All right? The first market is going to be your warm market. All right. Your warm market obviously are the people that you already know. Okay. These are your friends, your family members, co-workers, right? The people that you already know. And then you're going to have your cold market. Okay. Cold market obviously are people you don't know. All right. Maybe this is someone you met through social media. This is someone you met through the internet. Maybe this is someone you met at your place of work. Maybe this is someone you met at the gas station. Maybe this is someone you met at the mall. This is someone you would have met at the grocery store. Cold market. This is someone you don't know. Then you're also going to be building in your hot market. Okay. Now let me explain how all these three markets work. The warm market is practice. You are not going to get rich in your warm market. That is practice for you. I want you to practice contacting and inviting in your warm market. All right. I'm not expecting the warm market to help you become successful in this business. No one has ever done that. Okay. Now, cold market, this is where you build character. Okay. This is where character is built. This is where you overcome the fear, okay, of actually talking to people. All right. Your hot market is where you get rich. Okay. Now, your goal, ladies and gentlemen, over time is to develop the skill set of communication. That's what this business is all about. Specialized knowledge when it comes to communication with people. That's at the end of the day, if you're going to become a chairman, you're going to become a great communicator. That's really what it all boils down to. When you're contacting people, you're communicating with them. When you're sharing this information with people, you're communicating with them. That is the number one skill that you really need to understand. And prospecting and in presenting and promoting for events, how you communicate with the people, how you communicate with your organization, how you communicate with prospects that you know and you don't know determines how far you go really in this business. So over the next 90 days, also what I want you to focus on as we're going into the skill set here is you really want to dive into personal self-development. Okay? Personal self-development over the next 90 days is going to be critical to your success. All right? Contacting and inviting. So exposure is everything. That's number one. Number two, fortune is in the follow-up. Okay? Fortune is in the follow-up. So over the next 90 days, I'm going to make a decision that I'm going to expose 2 to 5 people per day, but I'm also going to be following up with the people that I've exposed to the opportunity, and I'm inviting them to look at a presentation. So inviting them to look at a presentation, all right, there's several ways that you can do this. You have live Zoom opportunities that are being done by your uplines. Okay, I'm pretty sure they're being done every single day. You have online presentations that are available 24/7. Okay, online presentations. Those are 2 very powerful tools that you can actually use to now get the information in front of them, because this right here is a qualifier. I'm qualifying people before I sit down with a person to do a one-on-one or a 2-on-1 or invite them over to a home presentation or a hotel meeting. I want them to have seen or heard some information prior to. Okay, so in all of my contacting, I'm going to be using the PS3. Okay, I'm going to be piquing people's interest. All right, the power phrase that I use to pique people's interest has been the same over the last 2.5 years. John, in the last 10 years, the amount of money that's flowed through your bank account, how much money have you actually made on it? John says none. John, what if there was a way? What if there was a skill that you could learn that would actually teach you how to multiply the money that you currently have right now? Would you be open to that? John says he's open. I made contact with John. John is in my warm market. Okay? I made contact with him. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to invite him to look at an online presentation or invite him to a live Zoom presentation. All right? That's what I would do with someone in my warm market. Now, in my cold market, I am not going to introduce the business to them right away. That is not my goal when I first meet someone that's in the cold market that I don't know. My goal is to get to know that person and for that person to get to know me. My goal is to help this person that's in the cold market, help them, bring them over to my warm market. Okay? Have them become a friend, have them become an associate, have them become someone that likes you. People do business with people that they like. A lot of times you meet a person today and you're immediately trying to throw your business at them right away without finding anything about their family, without finding anything about their occupation, without finding a common ground when it comes to something recreational. right? Whether it's sports, all right, for men, I'm sure a lot of times it's sports, maybe it's music, right? Whatever it is, you got to find a common ground with people. Maybe it's a movie that just came out, all right? I want to have a conversation with you that is completely separate from business when I meet someone in the cold market. I don't want to introduce the business to them right away. Now, over the course of the conversation, they're going to ask me, what do I do? Okay? Because I'm going to ask them, what do they do? Normally, they would probably ask you the same question back. All right? And that's probably when you can actually share with them what it is that you actually do. But in the cold market, your goal is to help that person become the warm market. Now, I was able to get over the fear of meeting people that I did not know by not trying to introduce the business to them right away. See, because I was so afraid of the rejection, right? That's what a lot of people are afraid of. You're afraid of the rejection that this person's going to give you. But if I don't give you anything to reject, guess what? You can't reject me. If all I'm giving you is me, if all I'm giving you is you knowing, you getting a chance to know me and me getting a chance to know you, I'm not introducing a business to you. You can't reject me. All right. And then when the time is right, when the relationship, and it doesn't take months to do this, it could be a matter of days, it could be a matter of a week or two before I actually introduce this concept to you. But because I'm doing this every single day, 2 to 5 people every single day, ladies and gentlemen, right? Over time, I'm building up my pipeline. Over time, I'm building up my prospecting list. I'm building my capital. That's what exposures are. That's what people are. People are the capital for your business. All right. So, what about this hot market here? The hot market is when you turn someone that is in your cold market into warm, and they introduce you to their warm market. All right, I want to say this again. Your hot market, this is where you get rich, okay? Your hot market is where you've taken someone who's in the cold market and you've turned them into someone that's in your warm market, someone that you know, someone that you're friends with, and they introduce you to their warm market. So you don't get rich in your warm market, but you do get rich in someone else's warm market, which is your hot market. Okay, hopefully that makes sense to you. Okay, so I'm going to be making contact in all of these places here, utilizing the PS3. So I pique their interest, and then my goal is to show them the plan. Okay, before I invite them to a home presentation, before I invite them to a hotel presentation, before I invite them to a presentation in an office, no matter where it is, I want them to see some information. I want to invite them to take a look at some information before I actually get into that. All right. Now, when it comes to personal self-development and prospecting, why is that so important? Well, personal self-development actually creates greater self-confidence about who it is that you are. How you see yourself is exactly how other people are going to see you, right? So you want to become attractive to people, all right? How do you become more attractive? By building up your mind, by building up your self-confidence, and by doing this every single day. Confidence is created through repetition. You should write that down. Confidence is created through repetition, all right? And a skill set, any one of these skill sets are only going to be created through repetition. You doing it over and over and over and over and over again. So you create the discipline of exposing 2 to 5 people per day. Exposure is everything. Fortune is in the follow-up, all right? So I called John up. I piqued his interest. I said, John, hey, watch this online presentation. Watch the first video and tell me what you thought about what you saw, okay? Now, John, when you're done, I want you to call me back. Now, I'm going to follow up with John, all right? I'm going to follow it and find out what did he like best. That's a question that you want to learn how to ask. What did you like best about what it is that you saw? Okay, whatever it is that he says he likes best. Well, I like the fact that, I didn't know that you could, multiply money in Forex. I didn't know that that was possible. You know what, John? I didn't know that was possible either. Okay, I didn't know that. But now through this company, I've been able to watch people learn the skill set and now being able to multiply money every single day. As a matter of fact, John, I'm having a private event at my home this Thursday. Love for you to come by so you can get more information about what it is that you saw in that online presentation. As a matter of fact, I'm working with some incredible people right now that are helping people all around the world. Maybe I can get them connected with you over the phone so they can answer some of the questions that you may have. All right, because now I want to take them over to the three-way call. All right, I want to get them over to a three-way call. A three-way call, ladies and gentlemen, write this down. It's just validation for the information that your prospect has already seen. All right, so I'm not going to do a three-way call with someone that has not seen any information. I'm not going to get someone on the phone with them to talk with them about the opportunity if they have not already seen or heard a presentation. Because the three-way call is validation for the information they've already heard. Okay? So every single day, ladies and gentlemen. Now, so teach me how to prospect. That is not something that is taught. That is something that is learned through experience. That is something that is learned through repetition. So as you go out and you live your life, I don't go out and prospect. I go out and live my life, okay? So whether you're going to the cleaners, whether you're going to the grocery store, I had this affirmation in my mind. New successful people are coming into my business every single day. My head was on a swivel every single day, looking for the next person that I could actually bring into my business. And every single day for years, ladies and gentlemen, for years, 2 to 5 people minimum. Sometimes it was 10, 15, 20 people that I was actually prospecting every single day. You're going to build character in the cold market. You want to get great at communication, ladies and gentlemen. The only way you get great at communication is through communicating. All right, that's it. All right, contacting and inviting. That is the prospecting aspect of it. So over the next 90 days, remember this is about study, practice, teach. Over the next 90 days, you've got to make that decision that I am going to at least expose, contact, and invite 2 to 5 people per day, okay, to actually look at the information. I'm going to use that power phrase. I'm going to make it very conversational, right? It's not going to be any pressure, right, whatsoever. I'm going to get them, I have them invite them over to look at an online presentation or a live Zoom presentation. As a matter of fact, starting tomorrow at 12 noon Central Standard Time, after this call, I'm going to put the flyer, maybe someone can put the flyer in the Facebook Elite chat. It's going to be all throughout the chats here. I'm going to be doing live opportunity calls, live Zoom calls at 12, 3, and 6 p.m. Central Standard Time starting tomorrow. I'm going to do it Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday. Okay, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, 3 calls. I think it's Thursday as well. Okay, yeah, I believe it is Thursday. So Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, I will be on IMLForexOverview.com doing live presentations at 12 p.m. Central, 3 p.m. Central, and 6 p.m. Central Standard Time. All right, so that's opportunities for you to invite your prospects to come and look at a presentation. So once again, same deal here. All right, you contact someone that's in your warm market, or maybe you met someone a week ago, 2 weeks ago, and you ask them that one question. Hey, listen, John, in the last 10 years, the amount of money that's flowed to your bank, how much money have you actually made on it? None. John, what if there was a way? What if there was a skill that you can learn that would actually teach you how to multiply the money that you actually have right now? Would you be open to that? And John says, yeah, I would be open to that. Well, listen, John, on your lunch break tomorrow at 12 noon, I want you to take your lunch at 12. I want you to join me on this call for about 20 minutes. I've got one of the most successful individuals that I know. We'll be doing a live call sharing with many people how they can actually multiply money in the largest financial market in the world. All right, John, listen, it's limited space on this call. All right, but I'm going to make sure that we have room for you. All right, so can you make sure you take your lunch break at 12 for you to be on that call? Ladies and gentlemen, that's the type of conversation. That's communication. That's the type of conversation. But then how do you learn how to do that? Well, doing it over and over and over and over and over again. The first time you do it, you're not going to be great at it. But by the time you do it 10 times, 20 times, 50 times, 100 times, that's why it's study, practice, teach. Study, practice, teach. I studied the information, how to do it, and I went and practice. I went and failed. A lot of people are afraid of failure. Failure is the door to success. The only way you can get on the other side of success is through going through the door of failure. Okay? So you just do that process, that conversation every single day, and your goal is to move them into the Zoom presentation. Can you commit I'm going to be doing those calls. Can you commit to invite 2 people, 5 people, 10 people to be on those calls that we're going to do together, 12, 3, and 6 p.m.? Here's what I also recommend you do. I recommend you dial into those calls as well. Now, why should you dial into those calls? Well, because the magical crowds work. Let's say we have 5 people on the call and you have a guest on the call. All right? 5 people on the call, you have a guest. The guest gets on the call and they only see that there are 5 people on the call. Subconsciously, it sends a message to them that this may not really be that big of a deal. But if your guest gets on the call and there's 300 other people on the call, do you know what happens subconsciously to your guest? Wow, this must be pretty big. The fear of loss kicks in. I don't want to miss this. I need to join. They make an emotional decision, not a logical decision. No one makes a logical decision to get involved in this business. It's all emotional. So you got to understand that. All right. So they make the decision emotionally, and then you got to justify that decision with logic. Okay. So you dial into that call. All right. You're not doing the presentation. All you're doing is on your phone, imlforexoverview.com. Right? That's it. That's all. And you being on that call actually helps the call go better for the guests, for the people that actually have guests on the call. It actually helps them close that guest out a whole lot more faster. Okay. All right. So we're going to do that tomorrow, 12, 3, and 6 p.m. Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday. So, David, you're doing this right before the event that's coming up. Guys, you always want to ramp up your activity right before the event and then carry that momentum all the way through. All right? Now, in presenting. All right? Presenting. This is the next skill that you want to master. All right? That's the next skill that you want to master. And guess what? Presenting has to do with communication as well. How do you become great at doing presentations? I'm going to give you the secret to becoming great at doing presentations. You ready? Do presentations. Over the next 90 days, here's what I want you to do. And I'm going to come back to this page here. All right? I want you to go ahead and get yourself a calendar. Okay? Because, ladies and gentlemen, this is about you developing yourself as a leader. The worst thing you could do is have success without knowing what you did to actually have the success. Okay? Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday. All right? So I want you to get yourself a month at a glance calendar. Okay? The next 3 months. All right? Ladies and gentlemen, listen. If you're going to become successful, all right, discipline will have to be one of the characteristics you develop. If you're going to be successful, following instructions will be one of the characteristics you develop. Okay? Justin Owens says it all the time. He says, run the play. All right? There's a play that you need to run that works. Your coach is going to tell you, hey, this is the play you want to run. Now, if you don't run that play and you don't get the desired result that you have, who's to blame? Is it the coach? Is it the company? Right? Is it the back office? No, it's you. I had to make the decision years ago that I was going to run the play, that I was going to be disciplined in doing the activity that led to success. All right? Now, ladies and gentlemen, I teach on belief all the time. I will always teach on belief. Belief is what drives your actions. See, if you don't believe where you're going to be in the next 90 days, this information I'm giving you right now means absolutely nothing because you're not going to do it. It talks about that in the self-confidence formula, right? That if I believe it through the power of auto-suggestion of me repeating, I'm so happy and grateful now every single day, that will actually gradually, eventually, it will actually turn itself into some physical action. I will take some physical action based on my auto-suggestion, based on me saying it over and over and over again, that by July 31st, this is where I'm going to be. And I'm happy and grateful for it. Action is going to follow my belief. The body is going to follow the mind. What I feed my mind is what my body is going to follow. It's automatic. So if I'm feeding my mind lack, if I'm feeding my mind failure, if I'm feeding my mind the wrong things through auto-suggestion, my body is going to actually respond in that same vein, in that same direction. This is why it's so important for you to have personal self-development, to where if your word is not that powerful right now, to where you're not speaking the right things, you've got to have the right words being downloaded in you. So every single day you should be listening to the science of getting rich. Every single day you should be listening to Think and Grow Rich. Every single day you should be listening. You should be studying. You should be studying. And then you go out and you practice how to do the business. And then in time, you will start teaching a few other people how to do the same exact thing. That's how this works, ladies and gentlemen. It's not really magic. All right. It's not a shortcut. This is a 2 to 5 year process, but you've got to make that decision that I'm going to do this. All right. And I'm going to run the play like my boy J.O. says. All right. So I want you to create a calendar. I want you to go ahead and get a calendar, month at a glance calendar. Take a picture of it, send it to your upline. Let them know that you're really serious and you're planning for success. You hear it all the time. Most people don't plan to fail. They fail to plan. So I want you to get this month at a glance calendar for the next 90 days. And I want you to make a decision. I want you to make a quality decision that I'm going to show the plan. Okay. I'm going to show the plan at least 4 times a week. I'm going to focus on getting better at giving presentations. I'm going to focus on developing this skill, developing this specialized knowledge on how to communicate and how to give presentations. Whether I'm giving a presentation on a Zoom, whether I'm giving a presentation right here in my home, whether I'm giving a presentation at a hotel, ladies and gentlemen, over the course of time, you develop that skill through repetition. You got a plan for success. So over the next 90 days, can you make the commitment? If you're making that commitment, type a 444 in the chat. If you're making the commitment in the next 90 days, all right, because people say, well, you should show the plan every day and you should show the plan 2 to 3 times a day. I can tell you that, but I know you're not going to do that. All right. I know you can do 4 times a week, right? The ones that are really, really serious, right? They're doing it 5, 6 nights a week. They're in somebody's home. They're sitting down with somebody. They're doing a Zoom presentation, sharing this information, right? You've got to make that decision that if I'm going to become successful, if I'm going to become a 6-figure earner, well, guess what? I've got to develop the specialized knowledge of someone who's a 6-figure, 7-figure earner. I've got to develop the skill set. Well, I can only develop a skill set through repetition. So I've got to create the plan for repetition that I'm going to show the plan at least 4 times every single week. I'm not going to worry about who's going to join my business. I'm not going to worry about who doesn't show up. I'm going to plan it out to where I'm going to have at least 4 presentations every single week. So this is what your calendar should look like. All right. Maybe you do a Sunday, Tuesday. Maybe you got a Thursday. Matter of fact, let me show you how this works. You may have a weekly meeting either on a Tuesday or on a Thursday. Okay. Now the weekly meetings don't count. All right. The weekly meetings don't count. So let's show you how this works. All right. So this is Sunday. This is weekly meeting either on a Tuesday, weekly meeting either on a Thursday, and you got Friday. This is Saturday. Saturday, if you want to be a weekend warrior, you're going to do 2 presentations on Saturday. You're going to do one at 12 and one at 4. Okay. All right. So let's look at this. This is 1. This is 2. This is 3. This is 4. This is 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Weekend warriors, you're doing at least 3 to 4 presentations over the weekend. So this is someone who is part-time. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. This is someone who's doing 4 to 5, 6 presentations every single week. Okay? Can you make that commitment? Type a 444 in the chat if you're making the commitment that I will show the plan. I don't care who gets involved in the business or not. I'm going to show the plan at least for the next 90 days leading up until the IAM convention. I'm going to show the plan at least 4 times a week. Okay. Let's say you just had 5 recruitable prospects at every one of these presentations. To have 5 recruitable prospects at this presentation, we need to have 30 to 50 people invited to the presentation. All right. Let's say you only get 2 to get started. 2 times 5 is 10. That's 10 customers a week that are coming into the business through your own personal activity. Over the course of a month, that's 40 brand new customers. All right. Now, what if you have 5 people on this call that are doing the same exact thing? 40 times 5 is what? 200. That's 200 customers that came into your business in 1 month. In the next 90 days, 200 times 3, that's 600. Guess what, ladies and gentlemen? You are a Chairman 10. Let's do that math again, just so you're clear. I just showed you how to go chairman with 5 leaders in your business. Watch this. You set the goal. I'm going to show the plan 4, 5, 6 nights a week. Let's say we go with the number 5, okay? And your goal is to have 2 recruits come in from each presentation. Over the course of time, a ratio will appear. When you do something often enough, a ratio will appear. You'll get better. Maybe you'll start out 1 out of 10, and then you'll go 2 out of 10, right? Don't forget, we got the Zoom presentations that are being done as well, okay? So the law of averages will work out for you. It's a law. It can't be broken, all right? So let's say you're doing this, 10, and you have 2 recruits, right? 2 recruits, 5 presentations, 2 times 5 is 10. It's 4 weeks in a month. That's 40 customers. You have 5 leaders that are doing the same exact thing. And over the course of time, they develop their skill set. Ladies and gentlemen, that's 200 in 1 month. In 3 months, that's 600. Chairman 10 is 500 customers. Okay? Do you see that? You see how that works? Okay? Maybe you have more than 5 people doing it, 10 people doing it, 20 people doing it. Right? That's on this call with you right now. Study, practice, teach. You're studying on this call right now. You're getting the information. Are you going to go and practice it? Are you going to go and do the work and say, hey, you know what? I'm going to show the plan at least 4 times a week. I'm going to be at the weekly meeting with guests. If I don't have a guest, I'm going to be there. I'm going to be there clapping. I'm going to be there smiling. I'm going to give my energy. All right? This is all a numbers game, ladies and gentlemen. You've got to create opportunities for people to get involved in your business. Without those opportunities, right? Without those opportunities, ladies and gentlemen, people cannot get involved in your business. Okay? They can't. All right? They cannot get involved in your business if you don't create the opportunity for them to get involved. All right? That's how this works. So presenting, I'm doing it every single week. I'm developing the skill set through repetition. Now, I'm going to take all these people that are coming into the business, and I'm going to get them to the I Am convention. Okay? I'm going to get them to the I Am convention. Ladies and gentlemen, I can't stress this enough to you. This is really the start. Okay? This is the start. IML has really been pre-launching over the last 3 years. Okay? That's really what it's been. The start of this company really kicks off in September. All right? You want to be in the house with your leaders. You want to be there. 10 people on your team. I want you to write these numbers down. Okay? These are some benchmarks. 10 people at an event, 30 people at an event, 100 people at an event, 500 people at an event, and then 1,000. You get 100 people at an event, you're a chairman. Okay? You get 30 people at an event, more than likely you're a P5. You get 10 people at an event, more than likely you're a P1, P1000. 500 people at an event, ladies and gentlemen, I can almost say, guarantee you're chairman 50, going chairman 100. Okay? You get 1,000 people to an event, ladies and gentlemen, you're a multi-millionaire. Multi-millionaire. Okay? Now, how do I get 100 people to the event? Let's develop 10 leaders, all right, that get their 10. Get 10 leaders to get their 10. Guess what? You now have 100. Okay? How do I get 1,000? Let's get those same 10 leaders that got their 100, that have 100, all right, that have 100 at the team. Let's get those 10 leaders to get 100 people to the event. Guess what? You got your 1,000. Okay? Now you're a multiple 7-figure earner in this business. Okay? That's how this works. All right? These are the 3 skills you've got to master every single day. All right? Mastery requires repetition. All right? That's what mastery requires. It requires repetition. There's no way around it. Auto suggestion every single day. I'm so happy and grateful now. You're seeing it every single day. You're speaking it every single day, right? You're feeling it. Your emotions are there, right? And it's going to transform. It's going to now go into physical action where I am going to be prospecting every single day in the warm market, cold market, hot market, contacting and inviting, learning how to use that script, inviting them to look at an online presentation. Exposure is everything. Fortune isn't a follow-up. I work with the willing. The willing are the people that are coming to the big events. The willing are the ones that are showing the plan 4, 5, 6 nights a week. Okay? I've set my calendar. I'm committed. I'm going to show the plan these 4 times a week. I'm going to develop the skill, the communication skills that are necessary. I'm going to pay attention to my dress. I'm going to pay attention to how I speak. I'm going to pay attention to great speakers. How do they speak? How do they walk? How do they, use their hands? I'm going to study, practice, teach. And then I'm going to get everybody to the major event. So let the event do what I can't do. Let the event inspire them. Let the event give them the juice, the energy that they need to go to the next level. Ladies and gentlemen, it's all going to start this weekend coming up here with the Take Flight event. If you haven't made arrangements to be here, go ahead and be here. I think the event's probably already sold out. It's going to be absolutely amazing. We got some of the best. Friday night, band night, Saturday.